ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknext.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
True, but not true. There's no liquidity in it. We can look at that. Conan. The problem is a lot of these assets are illiquid. So even if you tried to really run that, you would have a hard time. I mean, maybe using DeBridge. I don't know, man. You look at the volume on that thing, and it is pretty not great. So, I mean, I think the whole volume is 153,000 for 24 hours. I don't know. I mean, yes, a 5X is good, and maybe you could sell a little bit now, a little bit. But again, in illiquid assets, sometimes it's very tricky. Sometimes you get stuck. Most times you get stuck. Oddly, GMRT, which shows the gamer token, which shows like over 3 million in volume a day, not very liquid. You do a little math. Yesterday, the price got pushed down by like 15%, based on $30,000 worth of selling. 30,000. That's it. So $3 million a day. Okay, $3 million a day is moving in and out of this token. And $30,000, a percent, little wee percent is enough to nuke it by almost 20%. Bro, come on now. That doesn't. Methinks the price doth protest too much. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's a good run. It's a good run. Yeah, I mean, they're still building. Hypercycle's still building. Nothing's changed. They're grinding away at the technical debt that they owe to try to get everything up and running so that everybody can be part of the internet of AI. Yay. And making money. Yay. That's what we want. Want that money. Make that money. Anyway, yeah. Got some cool views, huh? Let's see. Well, I would flip the camera around, but it's cloudy. You don't need that. You don't need that kind of heat. Although I might move this thing just because I'm about to knock my coffee off the table. Hold on. Let me see. See if I can do this in a way where it won't knock my coffee off. I want my coffee. I want to keep it. Look at me doing all these adjustments. Like some kind of dude doing adjustments. What I'm doing. Let's see, I need to be here. Nope. Here. Well, man, tricky. Now I got to find a way where I won't spill this. Maybe I can put it here. And then put this here. I got my little options window open. Ooh, looking at those bad boys. We had one set of contracts closed a little while ago. Still waiting on one more to come home. That was a 1-day trade. We did that yesterday. It's not get rich money, but it just adds. It just keeps adding. It just keeps grinding our percentage higher. We should be. Well, I don't know. After we added new money, and we're going to add more money today, but after we did that, Brandon will do the math on it. But it'll be another 90 contracts that have closed out. So, and again, 90 contracts, 100 per. Right? So there you go. Yeah. Okay. A lot of news actually today. Lots of news. Sui's doing things. We got some sovereign wealth fund action. We've got a little bit of information on the BitGet heist. BitGet got. BitGet gotten. They gone. Anyway, they got racked for about 100 mil, and it was algo's gone wild. It was kind of like all the shady kind of shenanigans you can imagine. Some algos that they got a hold of some Molly and some Special K, and they just want to party for the weekend. Them algos gone wild. Anyway, and then Sam Altman talking Bitcoin. What the smoke does this guy know about Bitcoin? Well, more than Maxine Waters, apparently. More than her. That's good. And then the Bitcoin, pretty flat. And we'll go look at prices and stuff like that. And we'll go look at and see if we can see any trends in the market. If you have any technical questions, cool. If they are my node factory, my tilling, don't even ask it, because I don't know it. If anybody would know it, it'd be Brandon, and ask him tomorrow. If it's options related, fire away. Do your level best, I would say. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the news. Let's get into the news of things. So, Sui. Not Sui. Stop it. Stop that behavior. Let me see if I can put the little banner up there. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm a fan of pretty banners. Yay. Okay. What's going on with Sui? One might ask. Sui reveals a virtual MasterCard with X Money and X Portal, and announces that they are also coming out with a physical card. Users can pay with Sui at over 20,000 merchants immediately upon the product launch. So Sui's pulling some gangster moves. Sui, which is a layer 1 blockchain. Remember, Sui and Aptos, their DNA tracks back to the DM stablecoin that was the project that never really got off the ground over at Facebook. Before Facebook rebranded to Meta. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, Sui is a layer 1 blockchain, a smart contract platform. They partner with a financial platform for businesses called X Money, and crypto app called X Portal. I'm sure they're related, to bring a custom Sui wallet product and a virtual MasterCard across millions and millions of Europeans. Crap. Anyway, the new full stack digital payment experience is available immediately and will expand worldwide probably when they get the regulatory clarity and all that they would need. I don't know what they need that they ain't got, but anyway, where can I get this? Let me get this camera right. Let me go back to my little page here so I can see let me see what I'm seeing. I can see that there. That should be better. Is that better? I don't know. It looks like I'm looking at an angle, but I'm looking straight, like I'm pointing straight. If I look there, it looks like I'm not looking there. So weird. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. You don't care. You don't care about these eyes. So this will be good when it kind of gets out. They said that the U.S. expansion is on the horizon. Sui claims to be a full lifestyle chain. Cool. The only lifestyle I need Sui to chain on me is chain me with bling. No price predictions. That's like the crypto version of no homo. You go, no price prediction. No price prediction. However, say no price prediction. However, I think Sui is probably good for $10 to $15 during a bull market, during a real bull market, which I think we'll see this year. Hashtag what's the best way to say it? No advice. No advice. Anyway, whatever. Don't quote me, bro. Anyway, they partner with X Portal, X Money. They're going to have a virtual Sui MasterCard, and then they're going to actually issue a physical card, I guess. So X Portal integrated Sui into its wallet, which is a user base of about 2.5 million people, which is something. At the same time, X Money provides the financial infrastructure allowing seamless spending and real-world utility, the announcement claims. Okay, cool. Therefore, the collaborations produced a custom Sui wallet experience with X Portal and a branded virtual MasterCard. I would assume that they have a stable coin in the plans or in the works, because people don't really want to spend a token that they think might go up, even though it's the same difference if you spent it and then bought it. For instance, people are like, I'm not going to spend Bitcoin. I'm like, well, you should spend Bitcoin. If you had $100 that you were going to spend, you should take the $100 and buy Bitcoin and then spend that $100 worth of Bitcoin, even though it takes one more step, because that would create, every time you're going to spend money, that would create buy-side pressure on Bitcoin. Hello. Hashtag no advice. So they want seamless spending and real-world utility. Yes, that's what everyone wants. Therefore, the collaboration produced a custom Sui wallet experience within X Portal and a branded virtual MasterCard. Sweet. European users, those sons of bitches, can add the card to Apple Pay and Google Pay immediately. Immediately. Good for them, man. Moreover, the team has confirmed that it plans to launch a physical custom branded MasterCard by the end of 2025. Who on earth still uses an actual credit card? Except in those parking meters and crap like that. You ain't got to use no damn card. Come on, bro. And then the parking meters now, they serve up, like in LA, they serve a QR code. Guess what? The screen's not bright enough for your flipping camera to read it. So it can't read it. Or it's all scratched up because people get angry and they scratch it with their keys, I guess. I don't know what else they would scratch it with. They scratch the screen. So you can't read the code. So you still have to have a credit card. Man, talk about stupid. It should be touch to pay. Come on, bro. Wake up. They got touch to pay at the movie theater. They should have touch to pay at the freaking parking. They don't even really need to do that. What they should do is just have a camera that pulls plates and charges you. That's it. It should pull your plate and charge you and it should send you a text, or you should have a little account, LA parking account, and it should just be like, bing, you spent 85 cents. Okay, cool. Pay now? Pay with Sui? Pay, maybe. Yeah, not yet. Not in America. Not yet, but they plan on eventually. According to Christian Thompson, who is the managing director of the Sui Foundation, this powerful new product is a significant step towards making the Sui ecosystem more accessible to everyday customers. Everyday customers do not give a crap about using Sui for everyday payments. This is cool, I guess. I don't think it moves the needle at all. It doesn't make a difference. It just doesn't make a difference. Is anybody in here in crypto so that they can have, is anybody investing in crypto so that you can have a crypto credit card account in some really nascent asset? Is anybody here, that's what they care about? I don't think so, man. Anyway, it will enable the seamless user experience and retail adoption of X Portal, while X Money's extensive licensing work makes it all possible in a compliant and secure way. Thompson adds that X Portal and X Money's innovation showcase what's possible when intuitive interfaces blend with strong infrastructure. Dude, quit Talk about trying to big dick this thing. Man, look. It's an app that pays. Where have I heard that before? No, not Apple Pay. Certainly not Google Pay. Yeah. Wouldn't be those. Wouldn't be Android Pay. It wouldn't be any of the 37 of these stupid things. Come on, man. An app that pays. There's nothing special about that. That's so stupid. We have money that you can spend on things. Okay, cool. It's revolutionary. How? Does it uses an app? What? There's 100 million apps. Anyway, the press release claims that the partnership with X-Money and X-Portal makes SUI one of the few layer ones that support frictionless real-world payments. Well, that's true. At least to this day, you can't even do that with Ripple. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be so hard. What's wrong with Ripple? Listen, Ripple, the company, has a bunch of dummy investors that will give them money for anything. I mean, literally anything, because they're idiots. So why don't they have a payments app? Those farmers and like hillbillies that believe that there's a great reset coming, they would love that. There should be a little Ripple app that you can use. You can use your XRP. You can't use it for anything else. Anyway, great. Immediately upon launch, users can use SUI to pay for stuff at 20,000 merchants with the X-Money payment solution. Cool. So then they'll use it. They'll pay with SUI. Then those people will immediately sell SUI. Sell. Not buy. Sell. They'll sell SUI to get their USD, because they're not selling in terms of SUI, they're selling in terms of USD. So again, look at the knock-on effect of this. This is not, I don't know what this is. It's not all that cool. But maybe it explains why, part of why SUI's been catching a bid lately. I don't think that moves the needle at all. Matter of fact, I don't think I would, if you had a gun to my head 45 minutes ago, I couldn't tell you what X-Money or X-Portal were. I think those sound like, X-Portal sounds like a video game. I mean, there is a video game called Portal, so I don't know. Man. I'm gonna tell you, I think the jury's out. Yeah, exactly. I want make me money so I can pay with like wooden nickels. Easy Pass. What kind of revolutionary technology is this? Yeah. Anyway, hello. Okay. To use your ring to pay? No, man. To be honest, the ring is cool, but no. I guess I'm worried that someone's gonna see it, then see me pay, then be like, hey, next time that guy comes here for coffee, chop his goddamn finger off. Crap. Then I got no finger. And while they're chopping my finger off, I'm trying to explain, this isn't enough. You need 2FA. There goes my finger. Anyway. Okay. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about some other stuff that's equally as cool, but has a different picture. So let me get rid of this one. Oh, you don't want to see that. That's going to make you guys, that's going to scare you. It's going to scare you with so much knowledge. Let's go to here. Bam. Okay. Let's talk about Bitcoin. We got to talk about Bitcoin. So apparently sovereign wealth funds bought Bitcoin while retail Joe Six-Pack, Scaredy Cat, half-ass, bid in the market 13 minutes, is never going to put more than $60 together for the rest of their life. Joe retail investor. So let me bring that back. While retail investors were panicking over the last 3 months, sovereign wealth funds have been buying Bitcoin as fast as they can. Coinbase's someone so-and-so said that Bitcoin's no longer trading like a tech stock, but the fundamentals trade like there is a scarcity and portability premium. In brief, institutional investors, that sounds like a cult. What are you? I'm a modern day institutioner. What? I buy Bitcoin when Joe Six-Pack sells. I'm an institutioner. Dude, we could start. This is a good idea. All right, let me know who wants in. We could start a religion 501(c)(3). Is it 503 or 501(c)(3). 501(c)(3). We start a religion. We put all our businesses under it. Institutioners. Oh, snap. We are institutioners. See, that's what you can do. If you just mumble your speech a little bit, you'll come up with all new stuff. Anyway, institutional investors, including sovereign wealth funds, drove Bitcoin's April rally, while retail investors pulled out of ETFs. I bet most of them have kids. So ETFs about the only thing they was pulling out of. What? Anyway, Coinbase's so-and-so said. I say so-and-so because they always have these names with apostrophes and stuff. I don't know how they hire at Coinbase, but they just say, is your name pronounceable? No. We like what we see. You're hired. It's not like putting apostrophes and shit throughout your name makes you smarter. Like, oh, this person seems more foreign. Foreign people are smarter than regular homegrown American idiots. Anyway, Bitcoin rose 13% over the month, climbing from 76,500 to near 96,000 before settling down around 93. Is that what it's at kind of right now? Anyway, 92, 93. Institutional demand is tied to de-dollarization. Well, that's not accurate, but that's what he claims. But that's not accurate. Anyway, that's fine. Institutional demand is tied to inflation hedging. Yes. And a shift away from tech stock correlations. Well, okay. Institutions and us institutionists, they're not buying because of a decorrelation with tech stocks. That doesn't make any sense. That would be like they were precognition, like they could see it before it happened. No, what would happen is, as institutions buy and retail exits, institutions have more buying power because they have more freaking money. And so with their more freaking money, they buy more Bitcoin while Joe Sixpack panics his sorry dumbass out of the market because he's retail and he don't get it. And he never got it. That's why he's always going to be working for somebody else. Some dude probably 3 years younger than him. And like, he's always going to be frustrated. And that guy's name is going to be Rick. And he hates working for a guy named Rick. He hates it. I would hate working for a guy named Rick. I don't even know anybody named Rick. I'm not working for him. There's no amount of money. Well, that's not true. There's definitely an amount of money, but it'd be a lot. Anyway, the point is, institutions have more firepower. They buy because probably some inflation hedging, probably because they value Bitcoin somewhere between $110,000 and $250,000 right now, just based on past trends and the current rhetoric and the easing of the regulatory environment. That's why institutions are not buying because of de-dollarization. That's a bunch of bullshit. And that's a flawed understanding of collateral cash and credit markets. That's when you're expert at Coinbase make statements like that, it means when they look at a yield curve, like we look at a yield curve, we look at it different. When they look at a yield curve, they have no trucking clue what they're looking at. No idea. They're just like, whoa. Like, do you know what that is? You know what the 210 is? Do you know what that curve means? Bro. Okay, good. That's why you work at Coinbase. Anyway, bro. So I think some inflation hedging, but it's not even inflation hedging because we're not dealing with inflation. We're dealing with debasement. And we're dealing with a kind of a marginally or not so marginally deflationary environment. So actually dead nuts wrong on most of their proclamations, but let's see what they say. And again, they card out these dummies on CNBC. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. He doesn't know crap. But these dudes, man, well, it's called Squawk Box on CNBC. And I guess you can say whatever you want. I mean, they employ Jim Cramer. And if they employ Jim Cramer, and that guy has, never been right. Oh, God, old Jim. Anyway, the takeaway of this idiot's, he's the head of strategy at Coinbase. Dear God. Listen, do not buy. Based on this, Don't buy Coinbase stock. No, I'm kidding. Coinbase stock should do fine. On CNBC, he said, pools of capital that have been buying during April, including sovereign wealth funds, large institutions, institutioners like us, long-term duration pools of capital, while Bitcoin exchange-traded funds saw net outflows. Okay, so the contention is ETFs saw outflows. ETFs are traditionally retail investors because a lot of these ETFs would probably not be in index funds right now. Like, I can't imagine, based on all the rules around IBIT, and IBIT's the biggest. IBIT is BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, exchange traded fund. But that thing has so many locks and hamstrings. I mean, handcuffs on it. Jesus. Okay, one, did you know you can't trade IBIT in extended hours because of some rules. Now, there's some exchanges that may claim to do it. They're doing it on their own, and they're taking a huge risk. There is no extended hours trading in IBIT. That comes down from the top, from regulators. Too risky. Okay. There's also no marginability on IBIT. Too risky. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess that's where the premium is, right? The premium in the options market's in all those highfalutin ups and downs. I get it. And I went everywhere. I went to Interactive Brokers. I set up an account there because I wanted to trade extended hours. No. Great. Can we do margin? No. Awesome. I mean, technically you can if you're sketchy. So what you can do is you could put money there where they offer you extreme margin. You could buy a bunch of money markets. You could take the money on margin that they give you. You could borrow against that. You could borrow against, like with your margin, you could take that money, go push it to another exchange, wire that over to exchange number 2. And on exchange number 2, you could buy the asset, but it would be borrowed money. You could get away with it, but it would be sketch. Anyway, point is, you can't do any of that stuff without, being devious, without being a devious institutioner like we is. So there's ETF outflow, but at the exchange level, especially, and they know, Coinbase does know this because they're seeing the middle of a bunch of, escrow transactions, essentially is what it is. This, anything OTC, over the counter, a lot of that stuff's being handled by an escrow desk. We created Node Market because this is a problem, because people can get screwed over. But I'm sure that Coinbase is you're not going to screw over Coinbase, I guess is what I'm getting at. At least you're not going to do it twice. Anyway, in April, this guy, I think he's a guy, he looks like a guy, he doesn't wear too much lipstick. He said that Bitcoin ETF flows were net negative to the tune of about 470 million. So that's ETF inflows, okay? Meaning that about 470 million during April exited ETFs, okay? He added that institutions, sovereign wealth funds, patient pools of capital, and other money, invested money from the sidelines were piling in while retail was exiting. This is a pretty common scenario. Now, his reasons for this are stupid and not worth discussing because, again, macro-wise, he's a fool and he doesn't know what he's talking about. But so I'll skip that part where he tries to tell you what inflation is and he has no effing clue what it is. But he is correct that while big money, what you would say is smart money, although some of the hedge fund guys I've talked to, I'm not sure you would agree with smart. I bet in this group here, we have smarter money than like half the hedge fund people. Man, let me tell you something. I met one of the dudes. This guy's dumb as a box full of hammers. I met one of the dudes who he's part of a group of like 6 or 7 people that are not nation, maybe it is nationwide. It's 260 or $270 billion they manage. And he's in the the wealth division where it's like rich people that they have their money, but it's over 200, is over 270 billion with a B. This guy is an idiot. And I was going to this meeting. I was going to tell them, I was going to teach them about Bitcoin. I was going to this meeting assuming that I was going to meet a bunch of really smart people, and I was going to have my brain, just like my brain was going to be blown back by how smart these guys were, and be like, man, these are some dudes that understand money. They're competent fiduciaries. These guys know things. They don't know shit. These guys are dumb. When I say dumb, I mean so dumb that I was like calling my friends like, hey, dude, do you have any money parked over here? Get it all, get it quick, get it out. Like yesterday, I felt like Steve Carell in The Big Short when he was telling his people, sell everything. Like you gotta short as much as you can, dude. These guys are the worst. They are not competent for it, man. They are fitarded, financially retarded. They are fitarded. I don't know if that's a word either, but we can say it now because Trump got elected. We can put the word tarded on the back of things again. It's no longer offensive. They are fitarded. They're not just cryptarded. They're fitarded. These are people that are not, and these dudes manage over $250 billion. Man. Sheesh. Manny, I don't know if the alpha brain stuff is, I know it can't be bad. It's not doing anything bad. Maybe I ramble more than I would have. That's probably the coffee. So much goddamn sugar in it. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let me finish up this word soup from this douchebag. But anyway, he said the price action reflects Bitcoin trading on its core characteristics: scarcity, immutability, portability. That's not quite accurate. People aren't buying Bitcoin because of portability. I get it. They're trying to make the gold argument, but that's a stupid argument. He goes, it's trading on its core characteristics: scarcity, immutability, and portability. Bullshit. Bitcoin's going up because people think it's going to keep going up. Bitcoin is a hedge against governments, bureaucracies, and uncertainty, because when you don't know what the hell your government is doing, and when you don't know what the hell your central bank, or in our case, a lack of a central bank, is not doing or doing, then Bitcoin looks like a reasonable investment. And the price trajectory has been pretty good. It's done better than any asset in human fucking history. All of them. Bitcoin has performed better than all of them. Everything. So when you're looking around for something to and put your money in, and you're like, I don't know, man, the stock market seems sketchy. The bond market seems even more sketchy. Like, I don't know if I trust the U.S. government with my money. Then maybe Bitcoin makes sense. And if you don't want to have gold and have it either in your own safe, which isn't safe, or have it in someone else's safe, like a depository, which is less safe because they might not even have it. They mostly don't have it. They can lie and tell you whatever. That's fine until the very end when that music stops. There's no chairs left. So a gold, okay, well, maybe, but Bitcoin kind of makes sense. It makes sense. So people buy it. Yeah, but it doesn't make people any smarter. And it certainly has nothing to do with immutability or portability. Bitcoin's portable. It's portable. The thing that lives on the internet is portable. Shut up. These douchebags. Anyway, he said, when you do the work, right. Like he's doing the work, right? When you do the work, there's a very short list of assets that mirror the characteristics of gold. Bitcoin is on that short list. Okay, what else is on that list? Go on then. Go on. He doesn't have the list. He just says that if you do the work. Oh. I wonder what all that work entails. What snort and blow off of a hooker's like neck at some swag joint in New York? Come on, bro. Anyway, he pointed to 3 factors linked to the changing institutional behavior. First, de-dollarization. Wrong. That's not what's happening. There's actually a scramble for cash right now. A scramble, meaning people are selling treasuries because there's not enough dollars. Ain't no one de-dollarizing. And if you look at the Dixie, the DXY, it's not just the dollar. People are so stupid. I bet this dude, $100 says if you call this asshole, he looks at the Dixie every day to see what the dollar is doing. A basket of currencies to see what the dollar is doing because he's a jackass. Anyway, so that one's stupid. He said tariff announcements. I'll give him that. Tariff announcements is people are hanging on tariff announcements. That's very obvious. So he gets 1 point. He's negative 4,000, but he does get one. Some governments are preparing for a weaker U.S. dollar. Some governments, are preparing. Well, I think all governments are preparing for every scenario that they can foresee. So he gets a thumbs down there. If you think the dollar is going to weaken, then you don't convert Bitcoin to dollars anymore. He said, no, and that too is wrong. They're not ancillaries of each other. They're not correlated. The only kind of loose correlation that some people have made that might make sense is when there's just more money, M2, when there's more money in the system, meaning currency creation, right? Cash credit availability and probably quality collateral on the other side of a lot of that. Hopefully quality collateral. CCQC, cash credit quality collateral. Then you would imagine that would equal higher Bitcoin price in the same way that if you have 12 eggs and you have $12 in this economy, it's $1 an egg. But if you suddenly add 10 times the dollars and the eggs, there's still only $12. There's only 12 eggs, but there's $120. It's now $10 an egg, and nothing's changed about the egg. Only there's more dollars being thrown at it, right? There's more currency units fighting for a fixed or shrinking amount of consumable items, right? So that's kind of like Econ 101, right? Like, so I don't think anyone, there might be a few morons out there, but no one's going, okay, the dollar weakens. If the dollar's weakening, I don't want to be going to dollars. I want to be going to bit. No one. Bitcoin is an uncertainty hedge. It is a discontent, a disquietude, a turmoil, a brawl hedge. When you think people in government are going to statistically fuck you over, then Bitcoin makes sense. It's pretty much that simple, but I don't think that they like the way that would go on like a bumper sticker. That's my guess. Anyway, he said Bitcoin's no longer trading like a tech stock. I would agree. Recently, I would agree. Referencing its past bundles with high growth assets like NVIDIA. Again, when you step back, those correlations are only very short term and very recent. So his narrative is a little bit stupid. He said post-COVID, Bitcoin got caught up in this levered tech trade. Again, that too is not accurate. It's just not accurate. So, I guess any small little portion of time you could find some balance, but when you step back, these guys just don't know anything, man. Ugh, God. Anyway, whatever. But it's good to kind of run these things through your mind. He pointed out that Bitcoin is seen as a long-term inflation hedge. I think it is seen as that. I will give him that. He gets a point. He gets a star for that one. So he's got 2 points now. Negative 4,001, but he's got 2. Especially by institutions that missed the gold rally. Well, first of all, gold was dead for 10 or 12 years. Dead. It did nothing during the Great Inflation. It didn't really do much, and it did nothing between 2010, 2011, and that it's just now started moving. So an institution that missed the gold rally was asleep for 13 or 14 years, and only the last 2 years has been moving. They didn't miss anything. Oh, it's up 50%. Gold is up 50% in 13 years. Sorry, no. Sorry. In 14 years. 14 years, 50%. Dude, go and rent a gun and buy a bullet and paint your brains all over the goddamn wall. You are awful. If that's all you can return in 15 years is 50%, and that's your inflation hedge, you don't think in 15 years They printed more than 50% currency units. Get off the gas. These dudes are jackasses. And the thing is, a lot of people, they believe this because it's the same soupy shit that they pump out on CNBC. These people buy it. Same thing on Bloomberg. People are just dumb. Like dumb. That doesn't even make sense. Go look at the chart. That's what I would be. I'd be the guy in the office, and when this guy's like, hey, when he starts prognosticating, I'll be like, whoa. Go look at the chart. I want you to go look at the chart, and I want you to come back, and I want you to sit down. Oh, shut the fuck up. What? Shut the fuck up. Well, I'm in charge of, you're in charge of going and looking at the chart and getting us coffee, and shut the fuck up. That's what you're in charge of from here forward. Go. With your apostrophe. Take your fucking apostrophe and go get us coffee and look at the chart and shut the fuck up. Okay. Anyway, cool. It's good that that Coinbase is acknowledging that out the back door they're selling a bunch of Bitcoin to institutions. I guess that's the main takeaway, and that's what we need. Yay! Institutions buying because they got more money than Joe Sixpack. Sweet. Okay. Let's talk about the BitGet heist. The heist. See if I can get a little. Oh snap! You like how I'm doing this little artwork now? I'm big time. You guys know how big time I am? Big time. Okay. Let's see. Entire nations are buying BTC and ETH at $1 billion a clip. They already got to most panic dump. Now they're gonna pump. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Ethereum's a little bit different. I think Ethereum's kind of a long. I think there's a long, interesting game being played with Ethereum. In my mind, I have a picture of it, but I'm not ready to describe it yet. But in my mind, I think I see what's going down. It's kind of like the way, how I have sketch vision where I could tell you a crook from like 90 meters. I could just look at him and be like, that guy's a crook. He's going to go to prison. That guy's a scammer. He's going to steal your shit. That dude just took your wallet. No. He just took your wallet. Go back, get more coffee, look at the chart, shut the fuck up, and go get your wallet back from that dude that just took it. I can do that. This is what I'm seeing in the Ethereum space. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the setup. And now Vitalik is on board. Because to me, Ethereum's been acting preternatural, not natural. Preternatural. Is that the right word? Preternatural? Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, something's going down. We'll see. Yes. Zip it. He's so awesome. They're doing another one, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Great. Okay. Let's talk about BitGet. One of the biggest, well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know how you, whatever. One of the bigger centralized exchanges, or CEXs, not sex, like woo, but like CEX, centralized exchanges, recently saw an exploit that involved a malfunctioning bot and arbitrage options. Uh-oh. Those of you that subscribe, what the shit? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. It was like a little dollop of coffee just staring at me, and I couldn't. I'm too OCD to let just a little piece of coffee sit there lapping at me. I just can't. I can't abide that kind of coffee behavior. Anyway, apparently crypto hacks are still happening. Yes, they are. Newsflash. This company published an article where, there's been a lot of kind of hacky stuff this year. If you guys remember, Bybit got knocked for $1.4 billion worth of Ethereum. Ouch. So anyway, what happened that drained $100 million from BitGet, you might ask? Well, I was going to say, they have these trading bots where you can give them money and they'll just trade for you and stuff. Don't do that. People can game these bots and take all your shit. It's should be obvious and not even, it should be beyond obvious, right? Come on. So anyway, there was a BitGet exploit. So what made it possible? Was it a glitched trading bot? Was it an insane arbitrage loop, an infinity loop of arbitrage madness? I love me some arbitrage, but not when it takes all of your stuff and flushes it down the toilet. That's when arbitrage gone bad. Good arbitrage gone bad. A lesser known gaming token called Voxel. What? So here's what happened. Here's what they think. So this went down Sunday. So one trader managed to turn $100 into $100. I'm sure this dude's going to either go to jail or get beat up, but whatever. He turned $100 into a $3 million profit. He did this in 10 minutes. Another trader secured $42 million in profit. And this is before BitGet realized what was going on. 2 hours passed by. By that time, the ticker stood at 100 million in losses. Various other traders also figured out the vulnerability. So what happened? Well, at the root, there was a trading error with the BitGet market making bot. Okay. So if you understood how this works, you could make a lot of money. But the quick example is, 722. Just think about it. At 722, the time, a wallet with over $3 million appears on the blockchain involving the Voxel token. Okay, just trading the token. 7 minutes later, some profits are being turned into BNB Solana and taken out. So, talk about a weird token. So anyway, and they're basically cashing out any way they can, and users. About 3 minutes later, users are like, oh no, we missed the feast. It was 2 hours later that $100 million worth of money is gone from this exchange because of this exploit. So, how did it happen exactly? In 2 hours' time, traders made this 100 million by gaming this bot. So the bot works with a 3-second cycle. This involves rising and falling prices due to the malfunctioning market-moving bot. This is how you got access to the money. So essentially, you would buy on the low price, sell on the high price, and repeat every 3 seconds. To increase profits, you would just use more leverage. And that's it. Dudes they found a tiny bug in that token where you could buy the low price of the spread and sell the high price of the spread every 3 seconds. So they took as much leverage as they were probably like, shit, quick, hurry. Everything they had, they probably used as leverage as quick as possible. And it started, one person apparently noticed a bug in their market making bot. And then the token started pumping like 10% and then dumping back every 3 seconds. So it was going up 10%, then down, up 10%, then down, because it's a highly volatile, no one cares about it token. So by exploiting price differences, which is an arbitrage, right? The experienced traders could make a very, very quick, when I say quick, 3 seconds. It also helped traders that it took BitGet over 2 hours to figure out what was going on. No alarms, no nothing. Just like, hey, money's disappearing. It's cool. I know, but it's like a lot. No, man, I'm playing golf right now. Okay, because it's like 50 million. Oh, call me when it's 100 million. Like an hour later, bro, turn it off. Turn the whole goddamn thing off. Anyway, the Voxel token at that time had a 23 million market cap, which is nothing. Okay, I mean, nothing. Before the exploit started, it also had low liquidity, but a small but active market. So this made an ideal target for this exploit. So the combination of the falling BitGet bot opened it up to take advantage of. So you could manipulate the arbitrage situation. If that makes sense, right? So you're just taking advantage of an arbitrage. It really probably shouldn't exist. The traders involved knew what they were doing. So as quickly as they could, they withdrew profits into both BNB and Solana well before there was any reaction by BitGet. And I mean, it's BitGet's, it's their trading bot. They made it. You subscribe to it. So on the one side, you have this malfunctioning bot, and on the other side, you have some pretty smart traders that were aware of it, and then whoever they texted, and they were just ready to exploit. And so BitGet didn't really have any control measures or tools in place. So, like for example, BitGet didn't have any circuit breakers, no trading pauses, nothing. And their market making bot changed prices every 3 seconds. So it took these idiots over 2 hours. Holy shiza. They rippled themselves on this one. Eventually, it seems like BitGet froze some accounts, and the result seems to be that the public trust in BitGet's platform is temporarily low. Yeah, you think anybody's going to use one of their dumbass trading bots ever again? Get off the gas. First of all, you should never trust a centralized exchange. Don't leave your funds on a centralized exchange. I mean, the only one I think you can leave your funds on to be safe is probably Coinbase and Kraken. And everything else, you just have to beware. If you really want to get, secure, get your stuff to a non-custodial wallet. Look, that's why these guys were getting their tokens off the exchange, so that in case they got frozen, it's like, oh, well, it's my money. They're like, give it back. No, your shit's broken. It gave me free money. I'm not giving you my money back. So anyway, they supposedly, according to CoinGecko, BitGet ranks as the 5th biggest centralized exchange, but I don't know how a lot of things get to the size that they get. To me, I would get off of BitGet. Get away from BitGet. Okay. All right. And then finally, Sam Altman. Well, this is another kind of Bitcoin one, so we can go, I'll go here. Boop. Okay, let's talk about the world. Let's talk about Sam Altman. Anyway, CEO of OpenAI expressed his excitement about Bitcoin, which is interesting. I don't recall him ever mentioning Bitcoin. But anyway, Sam Altman, known for his influential role in the tech world, emphasized by the significance of, OpenAI and ChatGPT has changed the world, right? Like, it has changed the world. He has said that, there is value to a global currency that operates outside of the control of any one specific government. That's pretty cool. His statement highlights the unique potential of Bitcoin to reshape the financial system. Let's reel it in. As Bitcoin continues to capture the world's attention, Altman endorsement serves as a reminder that the cryptocurrency movement is about more than just investment. I don't think that's true. I think it's all about investment. That's fine. Everybody likes to label it some kind of cool thing, like, oh no, I'm in it for. I want to change the world. Bitch, shut up. You just want a lot of money, Rolls Royces and Ferraris and McLarens and shit. Don't try to make it like you're trying to do like you're a philanthropist. I buy Bitcoin because better world. Shut up. We just want to get rich. Like, stop it. Everybody stop it. Everybody, let's just, for the next 10 hours, listen. Everybody endeavor to be honest today. It's just only one day. It's only one day. It's not even a full day. It's just 10 hours. Let's just be completely honest. Matter of fact, that's a good way to end this, to end our show today. I want everyone here, we're going to have a moment of clarity. Hold on. Let me get this thing. Let's have, oh yeah, those were the percentages. Oh my God. Those are so crazy. Look, let me just show you something real quick. This is also a moment of honesty. These are in the options market. If you had $1 million, if you started with $1 million and you average 5.9% for the term of a short-term lease, 36 months, you'd have $7.2 million. That's a 7x return. 7x return on 5.9, bro. After 60 months, which is a normal lease, I don't know why I think in terms of leases, that's whatever, but after 60 months at 5.9, man, you're at $23.69 million on $1 million. Bro, if you start with $10 million, you're at $250 million, meaning that you're only 24 months away. I mean, technically, you would probably become much more risk averse when you have hundreds of millions of dollars. But in 72 to 84 months, with 10 million bucks, you could be looking at $1 billion. Bro. Money, this is why, God, you just have to have enough to escape. You just got to get to 10K. All right, I want everybody here who's left, there's 133 is. I want everybody to make one honest statement. It can be about anything. I love lamp. That can be it. Make one honest statement. I want to see 136 honest statements. I honestly like the compounded returns of making 5.9% a month on as much GD money. Well, on this one, Catherine, I started. This one is based on the assumption of a 1 million bucks. But you could reduce it, move a decimal to the left and start with 100K. Move 2 decimals to the left and start with 10K. The point is, no matter what, even if you start with 10,000, you eventually get to $1 million, and then once you're at $1 million, you're only 36 months away from 7. You're only 60 months away from 23.69 million. But what? Hypercycle will make me wealthy. Okay. All right. I like where you're at. I like where you're at. I like what you're saying. I like what you're throwing down. I'm picking up what you're laying down. I love learning. I love learning too. I love learning after I've learned something. The learning part, I don't know. I'm about 50-50. But once I've learned it, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. That's in the banks, bro. I banked that shit. I'm looking forward to the compounding hypercycle. Yes, me too. I got a lot of them some bitches. You want to know how many master nodes I've got? Or I will have once it all starts? 32. God, that's a lot. I want to be rich, bro. I want to be rich. I want, when I tip somebody, that they're rich. People just want to be anointed by my tips. They're like, I hope that guy parks over here. Because when he tips, you get rich. I want to be so wealthy that I make people rich by tipping, which I'm not right now. Let's see. I would love to be making 5.9%. Yeah, I know, right? Gosh. Ready for node factories. Let's see. Okay, a lot of hypercycle action. Honestly, paid for my DI subscription this month with proceeds from 10 days. Shiza. Nice work, Kurt. Nice work. Yeah, man. I'm bird dogging. Look, Kurt, I'm bird dogging my 5150s right now, waiting for those to come home. I already put a sell to close on those. A buy to close on those. Oh, it's so close. It's a couple cents away. Get me out of these things. Let me reposition. Sons of. Anyway. I'll take 2x on hypercycle revenue every 6 to 12 months. I mean, if you got that, that would be dope. I love the beach. Beach. What up, beach? Get it? Because they sound the same. Holy shnikes. I think that's in reference to the percentages. Probably not that Paula loves the beach. I don't think that that's a holy shnikes that Paula loves the beach. I think we can all agree that Paula loves the beach. I don't feel like going to work today. Oh, buddy. I'm at work right now, Mikey Mike. I'm at work. This is work. I look forward to doing these. It's fun. Otherwise, I'm just a stale stale, sad dude with cats that drinks coffee. It's a sad existence I have, fellas. This show is what keeps me going. I like Mo Money. I also like Mo Money. You're gonna be burn $100 bills rich. Yeah, but I wouldn't because I'm so cheap. Listen, I'm so cheap. I still get pissed off if when I go to get my Campbell's Thick and Chunkies, I like the I get Fritos and then I put them in the Campbell's Thick and Chunky. You know they make a chili, but because Campbell's are a bunch of dicks, they put the chili in the chili section, even though it's part of the Thick and Chunky menu. But anyway, it's got meat and beans. It's awesome. Remember, it's chili with beans. True chili doesn't have beans in it. So it's chili with beans. Just there you go. But they'll tack on like 45 extra cents, which is bullshit because it should be the same price as all the others, like average price of all those other ones, all the Thick and Chunkies. You know the ones. There's like 7 really good ones, and then there's all the bullshit ones. But the good ones, it's just right there. But they have like a premium of like 45 or 50 cents. Oh my God, that grinds my gears. Anyway, you put chili. That's the best one. The chili with beans, whatever. That's the Campbell's Thick and Chunky one with a little bit of Fritos is the best Frito pie. That's a little bit of truth for you. 32 is what I have. Nice. 32. We're gonna do it with 32. Yeah, 32 master nodes. That's right. What is that in nodes? I guess it's 32 times 512 times eventually propagated out to 1024. Boy, I sure hope this thing works. Okay. Looking forward to NF node factories unlocking. Okay. I am slow. I'm slow too, Barry. Got a slow metabolism. I'd be a little fatty. I would be a little fatty if I didn't work out 3 times a day. I'm a little fat-tardo. I'd be fat-tarded. Let's see. Looking forward to BTC and hypercycle investments. Yes. Thankful for digital investors. Oh, hell yeah, Steve and Eve. Or apostrophe Eves, because you pluralize that part, I guess. I love coffee. Oh, crap. Sean, man down. I'll take profits from some coins today. That's good. No. I don't think my cats and a dog would. Well, it depends on the dog. If it was hypoallergenic, maybe. If it was fluffy and soft, maybe. But Loki's claw. I got one last night. Oh God, I got one here. Oh Jesus, I got one last night that still hurts because he was playing with the sheets and my arm was under the sheet. I made the mistake of having my arm under one of the sheets. Why would you do that when you're sleeping? Why would you make such a mistake? I made it. It cost me some trauma care. cost me a couple of those little Band-Aids that hold skin together when it's lacerated. Cost me a couple of those. Anyway, looking forward to hypercycle revenue. Me too. I love coffee. Me too. Family. Hypercycle and Libra can compound. Yeah, I think so too. Thick and chunky. No, you're not thick and chunky, Barry. Campbell's is thick and chunky. Love sunrises and endorphs after a good workout. All right. Cashing out of a 10x. Yeah, that's the main one. That's the one you're trying to get at. Vanilla bean ice cream. Ooh, I don't know what this is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Everybody remember, let's call it a day. Everybody remember, Jupiter vote today. Go ahead and go do it now. Do not pass go. Do not collect anything. Go do your Jupiter vote. I staked actually. I bought and staked a little bit more Jupiter, even though I'm up 36, 46, 10 on. Yeah, I'm up about 24, 20, 20, 26, 27%. But I staked it anyway. If I got to a double, if I probably got to 90 cents, when Jupiter gets to 90 cents, I will unstake the stuff that I just staked. Only just that chunk. And because that was just for a flip. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Whew. Let's call it a day. So go do your Jupiter vote. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor and solvent drunk, stuck in a meth grandmother wouldn't do. And we will see you tomorrow. Brandon will be back. I mean, Brandon's always around, but Brandon will be back. And yes, join Digital Investor, bro. And then I'll post the, by the way, for the private clients, I will post these exits for the, and the entries. Remember, for the digital private clients, every trade, all the options trades are posted before and after. So when we open and close the position. For the digital investors, because of, law, we just pose the trades after they've closed out, because ain't no one trying to get sued up in her. Anyway, it's one of the benefits of being a private client, though. You know what I'm saying? All right. Deuces. Woo!